Hello and welcome to a video on Baldur's Gate inventory management. I'll show you how to manage your inventory so it doesn't look like somebody hit it with a destructive spell. We're going to talk about being consistent with the various storage containers, having a designated person for various types of loots, and selecting and selling items more efficiently. All of that and much more. This will be for the vanilla version of the game, no mods. I understand that there are mods for the game that makes inventory management better, but not everyone has access to mods or want to use mods. In the vanilla version of the game, many of the storage containers look very similar, even the backpacks and the pouches. So what I like to do is, as I'm playing, I go around and pick different chests. The gilded chest is it's a very light item. Some wooden crate and especially the wicker chest, since that's super light. I like to put items in storage containers that make sense. I put all my arrows in a sack, but not in a pouch, because to me, a pouch is too small to fit arrows, so I put it in a sack, which in real life, sack is what, like 2 or 3 something feet, so arrows can fit inside. As for potions, I put them in a chest and not a sack. If you put a bunch of bottles inside a sack, they fly around, they can break, but if you put them in a chest, they're less likely to break. Backpacks, for example, can hold various things that I'm just too lazy to sort for momentarily, although you can pick something else. There's also a book called the Curious Book. It's actually hollow. Right inside here, I put the spells because books, I think of paper, I think of scrolls and spells. It doesn't matter where you put the items into what container. What matters is you have a system that kind of makes sense so you're not putting things all over the place. And if you're curious of where you can find these things like Wicker Chest or the Curious Book or any other storage container, check the description. Okay. So each one of your character will have default, the alchemy pouch and camp supply and the keychain. These will auto collect items as you go through the game. So as you pick up your alchemical ingredients, it'll go into your alchemy pouch and so on. And if for some reason you have a bunch of, let's say, camp supply items that didn't go into the sack automatically, there's a few ways you can tackle this. You can manually do it yourself, which is holding down the shift key on the first item you want. Keep holding down the shift key, press the last item you want, let go of the shift key, and you can put it all inside the camp supply. But another way that I think it's even better is if, let's say, here, I empty the camp supply sack to be 0 so we can see it. There's nothing in here now. All you got, and you want all these items over. All you got to do is drag the camp supply over here, and boom, there you go. All the supplies get put into the sack. Now, as for sorting items, you can sort from each character individually, but I tend to like to go into the tab menu so I can sort everything here all at once. You can have a much better vantage point. Right there, you can sort by the type and all that. You can also sort by the latest items and everything here. All options are all here. Okay, so the search option here is very powerful because let's say you forgot where you put the arrows. You can just click the arrows and it'll tell you which character has all the arrows. Another option from inventory management is to have each person be a designated carry of a certain type of item. So, for example, a high strength character could carry all your weapons and armor because, you know, they're strong and heavy, right? Or you can have a wizard or some sort of warlock or sorcerer carry a lot of your potions, your extra potions, because, well, you know, they like potions. Now that you have a bunch of items, how do you start selling it quickly? So, of course, we'll select all the items that we want to sell. Shift click and then we'll go add to wares. This will add items to your junk menu. And then you'll just go and talk to one of these traders. We'll trade here and then go to the person that has all of our wares as indicated by these little silver currency icons here. Then we click sell wares, everything, boom, gets sold. Now, another option I like to do is send all of my junk, every junk, to the traveler's chest inside the camp. And then I'll travel to the trader first, right? Just to make sure that I'm already standing next to the trader. Now, I'll go to the camp location. Now, I'm going to try to pick up every one of these items. You're going to be heavily encumbered, but it's okay because you're going to leave the camp. And now that you're standing right in front of this guy, even though you're heavily encumbered, let's say just mark all the items that you want to sell, add to wares, go ahead and talk to him. Click on the trade, and now you can just go to the trade menu, click sell wares. That's fine. It's just an example, but boom, a lot of your stuff will be sold, all your wares. You can send items to another character by just selecting the items, or you can just drag the items you want into their portrait here. That'll also send it to them. Or you can right click the items you want and just send to the person that you want. Now that you have all your items into the proper container, here's how you can access them during battle. Asterin, he has all of these burlap sack, a bunch of arrows, and then my main character, she has a book here with a bunch of scrolls inside. What you can do now is go into the custom menu here, and you can just, it'll say here you can drag spells and items from your character sheet here to here for quick access. So we'll drag the book here that has all her spells, and then for sack full of arrows, I'll drag it into here. And when you drag items down to the custom bar, you'll notice at the very bottom of the icon, it'll say number 1. Let's say I drag another icon, it'll say 2 and 3. These are the keys that you can press on during battle. So 1, you can press the 1 key on your keyboard. 2, you can press 2 key, and so on, in order to have a hotkey to access those items. And of course, if you want to remove the item from here, you can't just drag it. You have to make sure you click the tiny little lock icon here to unlock it, and then you can start moving things back to the corresponding area, and of course lock it if you want. Now let's do a quick example combat. I don't want to attack this guy, but just an example. Okay, and so you see this here, we'll go to the custom bar and all the arrows are in a path. You only have to click this one time, you don't have to double click it right now. And then you can just select any items you want, and you can shoot, and of course right there. Anyway, I hope that was helpful, and if you have any other tricks and tips you want to leave and share to other people, feel free to leave it in the comment, and I will see you all in the next video. Man, this game is so fun. I can't put it down.